Hello, Virgo. How are you guys doing out there? I hope it's good. I was just meditating on your energy, and I definitely felt like a very peaceful energy around you, and I just felt like very gentle entering this reading. This need to be gentle. So just want to acknowledge that. And yes, I shuffled my astrology deck, which is one of my newer decks. Love her. And what came out for you was communication with the third house. I love these cards, they're so pretty. And sustainability related to the sixth house. So interested to know, you can always leave it in the comments, but if any of you know how to look at your chart, like looking at your chart to see if you have any activity going on in the third or sixth house. But there definitely is an emphasis on communication and sustainability. So I find that to be pretty interesting. That makes me think of just bringing a grounded energy to your communication, and just in general, communication could be pretty relevant for you right now, like in terms of how you're communicating with everyone, but also maybe there's a need to have certain conversations with people. But also, how can you integrate that sustainability into that, right? And come from a grounded place. Come from a place of integrity and authenticity. So I was definitely feeling very called to use my human spirit deck to start your reading. So let's get into it. Ooh, okay, Virgo. We have Head in the Clouds, Face the Music, and I'm Golden. So I love that combination. There definitely is some work that needs to be done here. Also, I was shuffling my tarot deck here before the reading and just like clearing the energy of it, but with you in mind. And what came out was the Devil card and the Strength card. And we had the Seven of Wands on the bottom. So it kind of felt like this, like, sense of, with that Seven of Wands on the bottom, that told me there's this sense of like pushing back on people. And with the Devil card and the Strength card, maybe in a time frame, a time period of really trying to overcome some shadows within yourself, within your lineage, and this indicator of having, obviously with the Strength card there, the ability to overcome that. But definitely seems like there's still some work here that needs to be done with the Head in the Clouds card. Maybe this need to get grounded. That's what this really brings forward for me, is sustainability. Like, are you creating things in a way that's going to be long-term and sustainable for you in like every facet of your life? And with this Face the Music card, there's clearly something that needs to be addressed here for you to really step into this golden energy. Look at how beautiful that energy is. Yeah, so definitely maybe some shadow work that still needs to be done. We are in Scorpio season. This is a great time for transformation and transmutation of energy. So lean into that. Lean into the full moons, the new moons, and really work with your shadows instead of trying to run from them. If there is any of that, not to assume that there is. With this I'm Golden energy too, there was something else I wanted to say about that. Oh, this, like, there's almost this, like, there's this need to recognize what a like bright light you are in general as well. And we did have fishbowl on the bottom. So definitely, yeah, this need to like gain perspective as well on really what a light you are. And I think that's the biggest thing, because once you can do that and to really transmute those more like shadow aspects of yourself or these mindsets that you have that are maybe keeping you trapped, that's when things will really open up for you. Do you see how she's looking at the I'm Golden card, and it's like she needs to like face the music of her true essence, power. Yeah. So let's get into the tarot. What wants to come through here? I was saying in one of my other readings that it's so interesting to like meditate beforehand for each sign and see how like differently I show up in each video. Like some videos I'm super excited. This one I felt like this need to be like a little more peaceful and gentle. And it just like comes through very naturally. So okay, let's see. So we're looking at the past, present, future for October. Just give me a second to get it all laid out, and then I will tell you what's going on. Oh, interesting. Okay. Let's keep going. I'm excited to tell you about this. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Did you hear that? Oh my goodness. I make myself giggle. Okay. Interesting. Okay. We'll definitely clarify some things here as we go along. We have the Devil card, and wow, so oh my goodness. This is so interesting. Okay, y'all. So the bottom of the card is usually like the overarching energy of the reading. And we literally have, what did I say earlier? We have the Devil card and the Strength card coming out together, and literally the Seven of Wands underneath it. Now, when I told you about that earlier, these cards were together, like just flew out of the deck together, and this card was on the bottom. So they weren't all together like this in the deck. So I find that so interesting that they made their way to one another. And came out together in this reading. I feel like that is just like an even deeper confirmation of what's going on here. And again, this is what I was saying earlier. You could be really in a period of moving through a lot of shadows. And yeah, maybe some difficult coping mechanisms, etc. And you do have this strength to overcome this. And there could be this like pushing back because of the need to clear this up here. Interesting. Love when stuff like that happens. That happened in Cancer's reading as well. It was really quite magical. But let's get into the rest of the reading. So we have the Six of Pentacles, which I do want to clarify. The Empress card. And then the King of Wands. So I have a couple thoughts on the Six of Pentacles, and I just, again, want to clarify before I keep going. What is the Six of Pentacles here? Give me one clarifier, please. Just one card on the Six of Pentacles. It's taking longer than usual here. Okay. Bro, what the fuck? Okay. I'm going to pull one more card. We just had the Death card fall out, so that's super intense. I just did a class. I'm in an astrology class with an amazing teacher, and she really just, like, the way she explains it really embodies, like, I don't even know how to explain it. You, like, learn astrology through, like, the embodiment of it. And it's just so powerful how she communicates about it. But we have just gone so into depth about Scorpio today. So just really feeling the energy from that card here. Ace of Wands. Okay, interesting. Queen of Cups on the bottom. So I was getting the sense of the Six of Pentacles can indicate balance, right? But it also can indicate breadcrumbs or like this lack of give and take here. Like, it's interesting because there's this, and you see like the little pouch he has and he's handing it off. But next to the Empress card, it's like that's, I don't know, it doesn't feel exactly like an equal pairing here necessarily. And that's not always how this card shows up, but that's kind of what I'm getting here. And there also could be this focus on the material world as well. But with the Death card and the Ace of Wands coming out here, I just get this sense that there is this opportunity for some really deep and powerful transformation here. And definitely a need to look deep into like the subconscious and really clear away all that's holding you back from really being an empowered being who sees themselves as the light that they are. So I don't know if like what side of this story you're on, but there's definitely like this Empress energy here and this King of Wands coming toward them in the past. And it's interesting too, like, do you see how there's like this small offer coming in and that's leading to like this big transformation within here, and then there's like a more developed individual coming through here. Let's pull one on the King of Wands. One on the King of Wands, please. Nine of Pentacles. Nine of Cups. Okay. Yeah, I get the sense that someone really embodying and really coming into their self-fulfillment and their ability to like feel really grounded within their own energy here in the physical, right? I guess in the sense of like how they present themselves and show up in like the material realm and in the physical realm. And then this like more ethereal, not ethereal, but like more emotional side of life too, like this deeper sense of fulfillment here. Which is allowing this King of Wands to walk toward this Empress card in the past. Interesting. Okay, and then the Eight of Wands, Justice, and Four of Wands. So I feel like this Eight of Wands is an indicator of communication coming through. The Justice card is an indication of, especially being like right in the middle of the Eight of Wands, the Justice card, and the Four of Wands. Just this sense of harmony and balance being returned to some connection here. And that is going to happen through this communication that is needing to come through in a way that is integral, authentic, and sustainable for it to create like this sense of newfound balance and harmony within a connection here. And all this to say about the past is there is this sense, a little bit of imbalance here. And this like need for transformation. And in the future, there is the Four of Pentacles, the Two of Swords, the Moon card, and the High Priest came out as well. So let's pull one card on this Four of Pentacles here. One more. So we just had the Ten of Swords fall out. So let's see one more card on this Ten of Swords here. Same energy. Oh, I thought, yeah, I knew I heard one flip over. Ten of Pentacles. Interesting. Queen of Pentacles. Okay. So there's interesting that there's like this coming together in harmony in the present in some way, shape, or form, like coming back into balance here. But then also we have this Four of Pentacles, Two of Swords energy in the future. And the Four of Pentacles, I clarified it, and we got the Ten of Swords, the Four of Cups, and the Ten of Pentacles. So there's this like pretty stubborn holding back from opportunities due to some really difficult pain from the past. Like the Ten of Swords there's no 11 of Swords, like it's not getting worse than this. So to say the worst is over, yes, but at the same time, there's a lot of pain and wounding that needs to be overcome to really step into this abundance here. And that's what I think it seems like you're doing now, is like really kind of sitting with, it's like you're not going to be able to move forward until you face the music. You're not going to be able to step into this abundance until you really move through this pain from the past. But on the other side of this offer, right, is this Ten of Pentacles, is this long-term, stable, sustainable abundance here. And then the Two of Swords, it's that same energy of like the Devil card, the Strength card, and the Seven of Wands could have summed up this reading, is like there's this self-protection to really, for the necessity of healing. And Two of Swords is this really deep going within yourself energy to find your truth, to like really understand things on a deeper level here. And then this Moon High Priestess card combination. Let's pull one on this High Priest card. And then I'll tell you what I'm already thinking once I do this. One card on okay, we're going to pull one more. Whoa. Ace of Swords. Okay. Seven of Wands. Still in that Seven of Wands. It keeps coming up. So, we do have a full moon coming up. So note that. It's in Taurus. Definitely a good time to lean in. Taurus is exalted in the moon. Or the moon is exalted in Taurus. I always do that. I'm like dyslexic with that. Anywho, there is this. Okay, wait, thoughts. The moon being in Taurus is a good opportunity because the moon loves Taurus, right? It's a good opportunity to really do some deep nourishment on the body, to really like slow down and like lean into like your visceral body and like take a bath, make yourself a nice meal, like watch a cute little movie, like get yourself a snack, that kind of thing. But also, this full moon, I get the sense of like this really going within to understand your own intuition and to become this high priest, right? This, you could be a masculine, but regardless of gender, this is just like an energy, right? I actually feel drawn to read this high priest card to you because it's kind of a unique card in this deck. So let's do that. Ooh. So the high priest and sage is associated with it. So you could try some sage and try some sage. You could use sage to cleanse your energy. But yeah, this card indicates inner guidance, spiritual guidance, guru, teacher, that which stimulates inner awakening and growth. So I feel like this could be happening in the next moon cycle. This deep inner transformation and growth really coming online here, especially with like the Death and Ace of Wands. Like, I feel like this could be playing out over this Scorpio season that we're having. And I feel that there's still this like contemplation coming through here, right? As you're tapping into your intuition. Why does that keep happening in this reading? But with that Ace of Swords, I feel like you are going to find your truth and really step into your authenticity and like really get clear on what it is that you want. Let's see what this Ace of Swords is here. The suspended person. Yeah. The Tower. On the bottom. Anything else on this? Anything else on this card here? I feel like that one wants to come through. The Chariot. Okay. And the Tower back on the bottom. What the heck? So, interesting though. I feel like there is just this sense of a lot of stagnation and a lot of contemplation. And kind of like sitting in one place. But I feel like that is like how you allow intuition to come through, right? Sometimes we need that space to really get grounded within ourselves. And I think eventually this truth with that Tower card on the bottom, like I feel like all of a sudden you're going to just be like in this stagnant energy. And then all of a sudden there's just going to be this like deep inner awakening occurring. Maybe around one of these full moons that we have coming up, and there's going to be this really powerful truth coming through and then a lot of movement forward here. Whatever that truth may be for you. But I feel like it's going to come through very unexpectedly. So, really powerful stuff here. Would love to hear your guys' stories if you ever want to comment down below. Or let me know how this resonates for you. Yeah, and if this does resonate for you, feel free to like, share, subscribe. It really helps the channel grow. If you ever want a personal reading from me, the link will be in the description box below. And let's see what wants to come through. We're going to be using, to close out your reading, the Phoenix archetypal deck. Yeah, I wanted to use this deck to honor Scorpio season. So let's do it. Let's see what wants to come through for y'all. The Realist. Saturn energy. That's good. That's kind of what I'm sensing a lot in this reading. So if you want to look at more into the astrology with me, you can also check out the October astrology reading. I don't know if I had said that already in this video, but that's linked below as well. And so Saturn's influence too, it's in retrograde still until the 27th. And I won't say too much about this, but it is the planet of discipline, and it is in Pisces right now, I believe, which is my sign. So I've been really sitting with Saturn lately and trying not to resist the power that Saturn holds, which is like really slowing down and creating foundations from the ground up and being patient with, 3D time. As a lot of the time, like our manifestations can become real in the 5D. Like if you are really connected to the feminine energy, you can really feel that strongly when those things manifest on the other side. But it takes time for things to really like become solid in the 3D. And I think that's kind of this main message in this reading, is that there needs to be a focus on sustainability and like, again, the communication piece too, coming out pretty strong before the reading and during the reading. But yeah, communicating not only with other people, but with yourself as well, from a really like grounded and balanced place here to bring more harmony into your life. Whoa. Okay, 2 more cards. Wow, they're just like wanting to jump out. The Wise Woman. Interesting. That's such a beautiful archetype here. And we do have the Empress card in this reading, the 4 of Wands. So either this is you, the Empress energy, or you have a pretty powerful feminine energy around you that could be like affecting your growth in some way. Let's see what else wants to come through here. And if you are a feminine or aligned with feminine energy, regardless of gender, yeah, this could be the Wise Woman, like really starting to be embodied within you as well. And the Warrior. Yeah, you could be a male and still have like strong connection to your intuition. And that like visceral experience of feminine energy. Anywho, let me show you these. The Realist, the Wise Woman, and the Warrior. So I also get the sense that because of your life experiences, it has really like brought out all of these archetypes within you, I'm getting. And I almost, oh my God, this is so interesting because I wanted to start with these cards, but then something told me to use this other deck to start. And I feel like this like energy is like what you're evolving into through this transformation. Like you, the Wise Woman growing within you, or even your respect for the feminine energy growing within you, and then this ability to really create something from the foundation, like from the roots up. And this warrior energy becoming really, really resilient and confident in who you are because of all that you've overcome. And then you have this combination of the Queen and King on the bottom. So again, there's a lot of like possibility for connection here as well, but ultimately too, like this also represents our inner masculine and feminine energy. And the unity of that those energies coming together within you, helping like that merging of masculine and feminine within us is where a lot of magic is and where a lot of transmutation and alchemy is, that really allows us to embody all of ourselves and really accept ourselves and shine our light very brightly, become that golden energy, right? And so yeah, that's really beautiful. And I've also noticed like once you can really embody that union within yourself, everything else, like it's like once you choose yourself, everything else chooses you. That's been something that's been really coming up for me lately. Yeah. So Virgo, I'm wishing you so much healing, and just sending you guys so much light and protection as you navigate some of this shadow stuff here. And yeah, I just know you really have the capability of stepping into all this abundant energy here. Yeah. So looking forward to seeing y'all next month. And yeah, I'll talk to y'all soon. Okay. Bye.